Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at something truly fascinating, a concept that feels almost futuristic, but it's real, and it's built from, well, everyday stuff.
Right. We're talking about personal self-sufficiency.
Exactly. Especially now with, escalating natural disasters, energy issues, fragile infrastructure, the world feels unpredictable.
It certainly does.
So imagine an individual creating a fully self-sufficient living system, a potential path forward, maybe.
That's the core idea.
And that's our mission for this deep dive,
Yeah.
to unpack how this system works, what it can actually do, some of which is pretty surprising, and what it might mean for, well, how we live and handle crises. So where did this all begin? Our sources trace it back to a really simple question someone asked.
Yeah, almost mundane, right? Why isn't there a good way to fix large solar panels onto a car?
Beyond those little 10-watt trickle chargers you sometimes see.
Exactly. Conventionally, people thought, 60 watts was maybe the practical limit for car roofs? But this individual looked at that limit and said, no, that's just a problem we haven't solved yet. They really challenged that thinking.
And the solution they came up with?
Yeah.
It's genuinely clever. We're talking about securely mounting a 400-watt panel. That's a huge leap from 60.
A massive difference.
And the way they did it securely on just a single roof bar, it sounds unlikely, doesn't it?
It does. But the ingenuity is in the materials. Really common stuff.
Yeah, things like buoyant material like pool noodle foam.
Sort of, yeah. Lightweight, adds support, absorbs shock, probably. And a simple sunshade, fasteners, things you could find easily.
And it's not just fixed, right? It's foldable.
Exactly. It folds out when you park to catch maximum sun, then tucks away for driving.
They actually tested it too, rigorously. All weather conditions, high speeds.
And reportedly zero sound, zero vibration, even on the highway.
Which is critical.
Absolutely. And what that means, fundamentally, is you've just turned a regular car into a mobile power plant.
Power on wheels.
Ready to go anywhere.
Which brings us right to the core of it, the energy self-sufficiency. This is where it starts to feel like, well, power to the people, literally.
It really is. Let's look at the numbers. You've got the main 400 watts from the car roof setup.
Right.
Then they added more, like a portable Jackery solar panel setup, another 200 watts.
So that's a total of 600 watts of potential generation.
Gross generation capacity, yeah.
Huh.
And for storage, over 4,000 watt hours. It's quite a bit using a multiple battery system.
And these aren't just theoretical figures. The sources give real-world examples, like they ran Starlink, which uses a fair bit of power,
Oh yeah, it's power hungry.
and the battery charge still increased. Pure gain.
That's impressive. It showed the generation was outpacing consumption, even with a significant load.
They also ran a Mac Mini continuously.
A proper computer, not just a low-power device.
And one test apparently showed 99 hours of continuous operation.
Wow.
Get this. Even on a road trip, a round trip to Gotemba, the total stored energy increased while driving.
Generating more than it used on the move. That's the key.
So when you put all that together,
It means complete energy self-sufficiency. You're essentially generating your own modern civilization-level electricity, as the source puts it. No need for the grid.
the independence that offers, it's kind of staggering to think about.
It really is a fundamental shift.
Okay, so you've got independent power, but the system goes further, achieving global connectivity self-sufficiency too, right? By pairing it with Starlink Mini.
Exactly. Power is one thing, but connection is another vital piece. With Starlink integrated, suddenly you're online, high speed, almost anywhere on Earth.
So that enables, well, everything we do online now. Remote work.
Yep, online meetings, cloud services, research, all of it.
But crucially, it's about communication in emergencies, isn't it?
That's the lifeline aspect. When ground infrastructure goes down, earthquakes, floods, other major disruptions.
Tsunamis, wars, political upheaval, things where communication is the first casualty.
Right. This system gives an individual an independent way to stay connected, gather information, let people know they're okay. It bypasses damaged local networks entirely.
That level of resilience is, well, it's hard to overstate its value.
Absolutely critical in crisis scenarios.
And then there's another layer. It's not just power and internet. This setup becomes a mobile workshop almost, a micro data center.
Yeah, by adding things like a Mac Mini and a LaserPecker too.
Okay, a Mac Mini provides serious computing power. What about the LaserPecker? What's that?
It's a compact laser engraver and cutter. So combined with the computing power, you suddenly have
High performance computing, yes, but also manufacturing capability.
exactly small-scale laser processing, making things prototyping. It supports both digital and physical creation.
So you could do coding, AI development.
And then also laser cut parts or engraved materials.
Becomes like a mobile lab or a mini factory or even a classroom.
Pretty much. The source describes it as a single car integrating the functions of an office, factory, lab, and school. A mobile hub of civilization.
That's a powerful image. A whole civilization hub packed into a car.
It really makes you think about what becomes possible.
So taking a step back, what does this all add up to? The sources talk about 4 major impacts, potentially transformative impacts for humanity.
Yeah, let's walk through them. The first one is a revolution in disaster and crisis response.
Okay, how so?
Well, individuals with this system aren't reliant on external aid for basic power and communication. They can maintain a, civilized standard of living even if they're displaced or in an evacuation center.
Right, they have their own bubble of functionality.
And more than that, they can become a resource for others, a hub for support in a disaster zone, a base for information gathering and sharing. It boosts community resilience, not just individual.
Okay, that makes sense. What's the second one?
Regional revitalization and helping depopulated areas.
Interesting angle. How does it help there?
Because it removes infrastructure barriers. You don't need existing power lines or fiber optic cables to live a modern connected life.
So moving to a rural area, even one with limited services, becomes much more feasible.
Drastically easier. It enables full remote work from anywhere, essentially. The sources see this as a key technology for building a more decentralized society, breathing life back into areas that have been left behind.
Gotcha. Decentralization. Okay, third impact.
This one's huge. Economic disparity resolution.
Really? How does mobile power and internet fix economic inequality?
By fundamentally changing living costs. Think about your biggest fixed expenses. Rent, utilities.
That's significant.
The sources use Japanese figures like maybe 150,000 yen a month for rent and utilities. With this system, living in your vehicle potentially, that cost goes towards zero.
Okay.
Communication costs, maybe 10,000 yen a month, drop to just the Starlink fee. Add it all up, and annual fixed cost could potentially be cut in half, maybe from over 2 million yen to under 1 million.
That's a massive reduction in the basic cost of living.
Exactly. It dramatically lowers the barrier to just existing economically. It offers a kind of freedom of living, detaching people from some major traditional expenses and the jobs needed just to cover them.
Wow. Okay, that's a powerful economic argument. And the fourth impact?
Decarbonization and environmental protection.
Through renewable energy, presumably.
Precisely. It promotes individual use of solar power, helping people detach from fossil fuels at a personal level. It's part of building that decentralized energy future we mentioned.
And every little bit helps, I suppose.
More than you might think. One of these units, the sources estimate, could cut CO2 emissions by hundreds of kilograms per year compared to relying on grid power or generators. Multiply that by many users.
It starts to add up. Okay, those are 4 really significant potential impacts.
They really paint a picture of broad societal change stemming from this one innovation.
Now, a critical question listeners might have is, okay, this sounds amazing, but is it realistic? Does it require, an engineering degree and a fortune?
That's maybe the most remarkable part. The sources strongly emphasize this is achievable by anyone.
Anyone, really?
Well, within reason. You need a regular car, specifically, one compatible with standard roof racks, like the Terzo system common in Japan, but adaptable elsewhere.
Okay, so a normal car.
Then, the special mounting system uses those common materials we talked about, costing maybe just a few thousand yen, or the equivalent elsewhere. Very little money.
Wow.
Basic DIY skills are needed, obviously. You have to be comfortable assembling things, and, a bit of ingenuity helps.
But no proprietary tech, no massive investment needed.
Nope. That's the point. It democratizes this capability. It's not some high-tech, expensive thing only available to a select few.
That really lowers the barrier to entry.
Hugely.
So, reflecting on all this, it feels like we're genuinely looking at a potential turning point. The idea that an individual can, as the source says, carry civilization with them.
Yeah, living self-sufficiently connected anywhere. It's a profound shift.
And it ties back directly to these huge global challenges we face.
It does. It offers potential answers, or at least partial solutions. For disaster resilience, it's that self-sufficiency. For economic disparity, it's the living cost revolution. For the environment, individual decarbonization. Even societal division may be helped by location independence.
It definitely makes you think.
It raises some big questions about how we structure our lives and societies.
Absolutely. And maybe that's the final thought for you, the listener. Consider what opportunities this kind of accessible technology might unlock right where you live.
Hmm.
Think about communities vulnerable to disasters, or people struggling with housing costs, or efforts to bring life back to rural towns. The source itself urges sharing this knowledge, saying technology's real value comes when it's shared.
That's a good point.
So imagine a network of these individual mobile civilizations. How could that distributed resilience, that capability spread across many people, fundamentally change how we face the future together? Something to really mull over.